Hello and welcome back to another episode of Live Laugh Lily Kincade. Can't even say my own name. With your host, Lily Kincade. Happy Monday, you guys. I was traveling last weekend and did not have an episode for Monday. But you know what? We're back. It's a new week. It's almost a new month. It's almost the last quarter of the year, which is crazy. Maybe next week's episode will be about that. But this topic / little advice session we're having today is a highly requested topic, and although school has been going on for like a month, I'm not in school, but a lot of people are in school for a month, you guys still wanted me to give you my tips for university or high school. No matter if you're in grad school, you could be going to high school and middle school, wherever it is, even if you're not in school. It could be maybe you're starting a new job. These are tips to help with anything. Maybe it's like a new goal, but these are just my tips and some practical advice I have for y'all. So I'm happy you're here. I'm literally so happy you're here. I'm currently back in Tennessee. As you can tell by my crazy hair because of the humidity and rain, my bangs are just, if you're watching the video version of this, you get it. But you can't fight nature. You can't fight nature. I'm praying for everybody who's affected by the hurricanes in the south and all the rain, hoping everyone gets out safely, because it is no joke. Like, obviously I'm in Tennessee, like there's no hurricanes here, but we're getting a bunch of rain from it and it is scary. Like, be careful when you're driving, you guys. Try to stay home if you are in an area where it's bad. Anyways, I'm so happy you're here. I love talking to you guys. I always miss it. I also started doing my vlogs again too on YouTube just because I was like, you know what? I miss talking to them. I miss it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm happy you're back. I hope you're liking my new song 405. I'm excited for the rest of the songs on the album. I'm back in Nashville because I'm recording the rest of the songs on the album. And then I get to start working on the other creative visuals, designing the album cover, designing the inside, designing the CDs, designing vinyls, designing future merch. So if there's ever anything you're specifically looking for, or like, Lily, I want you to make this, I would so buy it. DM me, let me know, because obviously I want to make what you guys want so we can all wear it together. Anyways, okay, so every episode we start with a little quote. And also too, if you're randomly just seeing this, I was going to say a billion. I don't have a billion, but I have probably 40 episodes out so far. This is season 2 of my podcast, but season 1 has 30 episodes, and also a book that I wrote that's on Amazon. Oh, it's in my kitchen. I was gonna hold it up and say, here's my book, but it's in my kitchen. But the link is below. It's called Live Laugh Lily Kincade Season 1, and it's each chapter is kind of themed after each episode of season 1, but there's so much I wanted to like expand on and include in there, and there's affirmations, there's just about everything. So go check that out if you want a good read. I think it's like $10 or $11 on Amazon, and there's also like a Kindle version. But yeah, anyways, okay, the quote I have for today is like a basic quote. Since we're talking about school and knowledge, we're talking about a lot of tips that I use, whether it be I use these in school, but I also use these if I have like a project or something. I kind of will like attack it from this angle, if that makes sense. But this is a very basic quote. I just saw it on Pinterest, and it says, without knowledge, action is useless, and knowledge without action is futile. I'll say that one more time because I love it. Without knowledge, action is useless, and knowledge without action is futile. So it's like you need to learn and understand, but then you need to take action. Nope, no more procrastinating. Like, I've been procrastinating too. No more procrastinating, guys. We need to like crush the end of the year. That's what we're going to talk about next week, because we got to turn our life around in 3 months, and I believe we can do it. October, November, December. I have faith in you and faith in me. Anyways, I have some notes here, but I always get DMs just kind of about like, I have this situation, and I randomly got a lot of DMs about school and like, what is your advice on the school part of things, but then also how to make friends. And so I thought, you know what? I've been through this. Here are some things that I do. And this also applies to, like I said earlier, like if you are starting a new job, because here's something I've learned. The world is just like high school. Like, the world is high school. There's a saying about Hollywood where they're like, Hollywood is high school, but that's a reflection of everything. So it's like the world is high school. Like, you think that you get older, you think you graduate high school, you go to college. Oh, people are going to be mature. They're not going to be petty over this basic stuff. Nope, they will be. So with that knowledge, just prepare yourself. Sometimes it's better to not engage in that drama, because what is it worth? It's just going to steal your time and steal your energy. And you have bigger things to do, especially too if you're worried about getting good grades, or if you have big goals, or if you are at a new job in a new company. Focus on that. don't let the drama get to you. Don't let the drama discourage you. Like, just be able to tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to get involved in this. I'm going to stay focused on my goals and stay focused to make a difference in the world. Anyways, okay. I have some like actual practical advice. I wrote it down. My handwriting's very messy, but okay. My advice for back to university, back to school, back to a new job. The first one I have is like, you want to organize as much as you can and prep as much as you can. Obviously, you can't prep assignments that are going to come your way if you don't know, you're not going to know every single assignment in advance. You're not going to know all the stuff you're supposed to do. You're not going to have all of your homework in advance. At a new job, it's not like you're going to get all of your work in advance and you can just do it all. So, there's going to be things that pop up. There's going to be quizzes. There's going to be projects. There's going to be your boss having you do this thing last minute, and it's going to throw your schedule off. But that's okay because we learn how to be adaptable and we learn to go with the flow. But in order for that not to overwhelm you, and like for me, I learned, okay, I'm going to prep as much as I can and organize as much as I can. And so I would recommend like organizing everything that you can. So if that is like organizing your schedule, if you're a student, organizing your schedule and knowing like, okay, this is the day that I have a little free block of time. So if something comes up, I have time to do it then. If nothing comes up, then I get to use that to read a book or go on a walk or whatever. But have those set in your schedule. Have like areas where they're free space, where it's just like you time, but it's also flexible enough to be, you can catch up on an extra assignment if need be. Because I think that, sometimes people try to overwork and they try to do so much, but then it's like life is going to throw like surprises at you and we can't control those. And so you need to be able to have that time and have that balance. So if you set it in advance, it's so much easier. Like I organize everything. Like I'll organize, okay, I want to organize all my folders. It's true. If you organize all your folders, like for me, my work is music, right? So like I have so many files. I have so many lyric pages and sheets and so many demos and revisions that it can get so messy and overwhelmed. And then you go looking for a file and you don't have it. So what I do is I like organize everything by folder. And then I go in and organize it. So do that with your schoolwork, do that with your classes, do that with your notebooks. So then that way you don't lose your notes, have everything color coordinating and matching to the best of your ability. I also think this is kind of similar to like when people do meal prepping, like during really busy seasons, pack a snack, like meal prep, think in your head, because, if you have a busy day, and you don't meal prep or you don't plan ahead to like, okay, I'm going to get this for lunch, this for dinner. Then you get home at the end of the night and you're like, I'm starving. Either you haven't eaten anything and your brain is foggy. And so like, you're not even able to do your work at an optimum speed and optimum mental capacity. But then also too, you're probably most likely not going to eat something very healthy because you're just starving. So you're just grabbing whatever you see, candy, snacks, whatever. So it's like thinking in advance and doing the most that you can, because I learned that, there's two ends of the spectrum. One is like, okay, I don't care at all. I'm just going to go with the flow. That's not good either, because that just shows a lack of responsibility and a lack of accountability and a lack of, honestly, like respect for yourself. But then the other end of that spectrum, where it's like everything is too planned, like too type A, that's not good either, because guess what? Life is beautiful and life is full of surprises. And honestly, I think a lot of the special moments and a lot of the magical things about life, a lot of the God moments in life are going to come as surprises. So you have to be willing and open to do those. And so you need a balance of like going with the flow and planning. So I like to like plan sections in my calendar where I'm able to go with the flow, where I'm able to take on that extra project, where I'm able to complete that extra assignment I didn't know I had, On that subject too, I also say like have a uniform. This could actually be a literal uniform if you are in school, like, your school may have a uniform. If it doesn't have a uniform, I suggest, like, this may sound kind of weird, but this is the reason why like Steve Jobs and all these people had their outfits that they wore to work. This doesn't have to be your clothes all the time, but for work or for school or for whatever it is you're doing, if you have kind of something that's just like grab and go, it is so much easier, because then you don't spend time. I used to spend so many hours trying on outfits for school, and I'm like, I'm literally sitting down all day. No one's seeing me. Why am I so self-conscious and so worried about my outfit? Like, I wish I had a uniform. There's an ambulance. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna wait a second. Hope they're okay. Okay, it's quiet now. But growing up, like in my middle school and elementary school, like I didn't have a uniform, and I wish I had a uniform, because I was like, oh, it'd be so easy. So obviously, if you're in high school, you might have a uniform, but if you're in college, or if you go to a high school that doesn't have uniforms, you're not going to have one. So I suggest like creating one, and you're not going to wear the same thing every day, okay? Because nobody else is going to be doing that. But in the sense of like, have like a couple pairs of pants that you wear, whether it be like, oh, I like these jeans, these pants, this. Have a couple different tops for different seasons. Something where it's like, specifically, they can be in a section of your closet, a section of your room where it's like, you know, everything mixes and matches together. You know, you can just grab that, because with school and work and things starting early, like sleep is very important. I'm learning that as I get older. Sleep is like one of the most crucial things. And sometimes sleeping an extra 15 minutes is so much worth trying on clothes for 15 minutes. I would say like it always is worth, it's way better to sleep for 15 minutes than to try on clothes. So create kind of a uniform, whether it be like, okay, these are my 5 pairs of jeans and I'll wear these with like these mix of tops. Easy. But like take the action of like actually doing that and have a separate area in your closet or your dresser. Anyways, okay. My next little like tidbit point is create a schedule for studying. Create a schedule for studying / any big assignments, projects. So this also kind of goes for work as well. If you have a big project, if you have a big test coming up, you need to break it down smaller than like, oh, it's a month away. Oh, I have a project in a month, because you know, like, are you really gonna, is that really doing anything? No. So what I do is I will break that down, no matter how, it could be a year. Say you have a yearly project, say you have a weekly project, whatever it is. I want you to take that and break it down to where you are now. If you have a project in a month, I want you to break it down and say, okay, I have a project, go smaller and smaller. So, okay, I have a project due in 4 weeks. What can I do each week that's going to get me to that project on time? And then once you figure out the week, okay, I'm going to do this week number 1, this week number 2, etc. Okay, week number 1, I have to do these 3 things. So what days do you have free in that week? And then break it down and be like, okay, well, I'm going to do the research on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I'm going to edit. And Friday, I'm going to get a friend to help me edit and check it. Like, break it down really small. And I found this even for things that you're like, oh, I don't need to do that. It'll be easy to do it. Yeah, it'll be easy, but I'm telling you, it's not worth it to be overwhelmed. Just do a little bit at a time and it will go a long way, you know? Okay, next I have another little, not a fact. I was gonna say another little thing that I've noticed is whether you're in university, I love saying uni, I love saying university, I feel so British, I feel so Australian, across the sea, my little British Kincadians. Anyways, have a hobby or have some sort of activity that you do that is outside of school, outside of work, outside of, the people that you see in those environments, whether it be your other students with you, or if you're not in school and you have a normal job, your coworkers. Have a hobby or have an activity that is separate from that, because that is going to help you keep your sense of self and give you an almost escape. Like, people who become friends with just their coworkers, it's like you're always in work mode. People who don't have friends outside of their school circle, it's like they're always in that school mode. And so it's really nice, whether it be like when I was growing up, I did community theater. So I had like theater friends and I would hang out with them and we would do shows and plays and stuff. And like none of those kids went to my school. Same with like when I was dancing, I did dance and like none of those kids went to my school either. So it was fun because I had these like different communities of people. So whatever it is, whether it be, sign up for a hiking club in your neighborhood, you can volunteer in your neighborhood. You can even do like, I think it's better to do something in person or, like a group. It could be a Bible study, a book club, a coffee club, whatever it is. But if you're like, oh, I don't have any time, there's nobody in my town, it's small, whatever, look online. There's tons of book clubs online. There's tons of forums. There's tons of community groups. And like, it's like the Kincadians. It's like a lot of you guys have fan pages and I think that's so cool. And you guys know each other and like just have something outside of school, outside of work that gives you joy. That brings life to you, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see what else I said. Okay, I have like 2 more little points. The next one is don't be afraid to ask for help in any area. This is just like another thing that I wish I would have known when I was a student. I don't know why I was trying to impress my teachers so much. Like, they're there to teach me. That's their job, is to like make sure I know what I'm doing. So if I'm trying to sacrifice actually knowing what I'm doing in order to like look cool or to appear smarter, why? There's no point to it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't understand an assignment, ask your teacher. Like, they want to help you understand it. And oftentimes they will, say you have a lower grade and you're like, I'm really trying to get this up. They will give you extra credit for taking initiative and for being somebody who wants to learn. A lot of people are lazy. And they don't want to do anything. They just want everyone else to do everything for them. So if you take action, if you show initiative, you'd be very surprised. So if you don't understand something, ask for help. Ask for help always. At work, if you don't understand, ask for help. Ask your friends, ask your teachers. Always ask for help. I would also say, like, on this topic too, like, handwritten notes are also really good. Like, I like to have my notes electronically, so sometimes I'll type up. I love handwriting notes. So if I'm listening to something, it could be a podcast, a lecture, whatever, or in a meeting, I'll take handwritten notes. And so like if you're in school, I recommend taking handwritten notes. There's something impactful about the like physical writing something down, like the hand to brain coordination versus typing it, that really helps you memorize it. That's why I love journaling. And I say journal with a real journal. And then you can always type up those notes later to make like a summary and put it on your phone or put it on your computer. But handwrite your notes too. I think that's really going to help a lot of y'all. It helps me. So I hope it does. Okay. I have like two little other points on this topic. The next one is study and do your work like you're going to get 100%. You know, some people are like, oh, well, I only need an 80 to pass this. I only need a 75 to pass this. I only need a 90. So you're doing half-ass work. It's like, no. Give it your all. Study and give it your all like you're going to get 100%. So you can turn in these assignments. You can go into these tests feeling confident and not stress about the outcome, because we can't control the outcomes of things, right? All we can control is how much effort we put into preparing for it, into doing it, into studying for it. So I want you to study like you're going to get 100%. And then release it and let it go and try your best, period. And last but not least, about this little advice kind of rant session, is remember to enjoy this season. Like, yes, I know it feels chaotic, and sometimes you might feel a tendency to want to just rush through it and to get to college or to graduate or to get to that next job. But you know what? Life is long, but we don't know how long. So enjoy this season and don't rush past it, you know? Really celebrate it, really take in all the moments, and just know nothing lasts forever, good or bad. So you're not going to be in the season forever, and one day you're going to miss it. One day you're going to be glad it's over. So just be present in the moment where you are right now. And yeah, I love y'all. That's my little advice for university, advice for school. I hope this helped. This is also good because you know what? You don't have to wait till like the beginning of the school year to start this. You can start this anytime. You can make the switch. Also too, with the end of the year coming up, we're about to go into 2025, which is wild. So you can always switch. You can always start something new. Nothing is holding you back, you know? Anyways, okay, I love y'all so much. We're going to end it with the Kincadian affirmation. Today's a wonderful day. I am confident because I am a problem solver. I always have options because I choose to be optimistic. Today I will learn something new, laugh, and make a difference in someone else's life. And I'll go stream Lily Kincade's music. I love y'all so much. If you have anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I know there's only a couple of y'all that watch these now, and I just want to say I'm thankful for you guys being here in real time, because one day, you know, these people are going to be finding these, and that's why I'm just leaving them up, because I'm like, these are just me going through life, and I hope it, even if it helps one person, like worth it for you. So share this with a friend too, and you know, never be afraid to send something to somebody or to let them know, hey, I've been thinking about you. How are you doing? Like, I need to do a whole nother podcast on that. Anyways, I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next week.